are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. They'll start on the ground. ETN. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. From the 30 on second down, Lawrence. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
That didn't take long, did it? And now they can throw it down. That's another time to try to get a quarterback, too.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Lawrence. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lawrence to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They go play action now. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 44 yards. And the Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 14-yard line. On first down, Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
First carry for the Memphis man, Antonio. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry up. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
2nd and 5 now. Howell. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run with Gibson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense put pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's Logan Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 38 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On play action, Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. 23 yards the pickup there.
A late season breakout at the end of 2021 with the Raiders earned Zay Jones a big deal as part of Jacksonville's spending spree this offseason. And he'll need to keep up that kind of play in order to stand out in a crowded Jags receiving room. 1st downs like that, an excellent way to continue to earn more opportunities.
A give running right, ETN. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. play action. It's Lawrence. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Howell. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Touchdown, Washington. Eric Ebron. 34 yards. And the Commanders have moved out in front. Slide for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and then get off the field.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just got to wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a 4th down.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First down, Howell to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma, and the Jags are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll get this off to ETN. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. ETN bringing in another one. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And trying to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with ETN. And trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's taken in at the 9. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second down, Howell now. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Brandon, how many times have we talked to these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
On first down, Lawrence. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Draw play, ETN. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
They go play action with Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marvin Jones. 26 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Powell throwing on 1st down here. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards, the final tally.
I certainly felt for Sam Howell watching him fall from a possible first-round pick at one point all the way to day 3 of the draft, but it's just extra fuel for a guy now who drew comparisons to some of the league's most fiery competitors at quarterback. When he gets into a tough spot, Howell knows how to create and make some impressive reads and also some impressive runs, and I think that's how he'll succeed as an NFL quarterback.
That tackle by Trayvon Walker. Nice play. He blows that up behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the counter, Gibson. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Off play action. It's Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Here's Gibson on the read option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Gibson again. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do was trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
Now ETN to start the drive. And some space here. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On the ready.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Straight ahead, ETN. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It will be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Randy, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one, but occasionally the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Well, 6 DBs on the field for Washington on third down. Lawrence. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Howell throwing on third down here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on second down, Lawrence. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 22.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll run with ETN. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here we go.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with ETN. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Patterson's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Powell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Hal to the air on 1st and 10. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he is out of bounds but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Second down throw for Howell. And my goodness, another interception. And the Jaguars are going to take over here up near the 40. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 25-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Complete. It's Dodson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Well, the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. On second and goal, Howell. And he's got it. Gibson. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ready, set.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. ETN up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Jaguars, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Washington, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.